Hello, ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Weekly Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin. Also, I will tell you why YouTube tried to censor coronavirus information. And of course, I'm going to do some update about the coronavirus. So, before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out the upcoming token swap or token stacking. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, library.tv, and Patreon as well because of potential censorship from YouTube. And library.tv, you can basically earn library token just by joining library.tv as well as watching video. It's time to join the decentralized movement. Join library.tv. If you're interested, you can click the link below. And also Brave browser. If you haven't installed the Brave browser, you can cruising the internet faster. If you're interested, you can click the link below as well. That will help out my channel as well. So let's talk about Bitcoin first. So I talked about in my previous video saying that potentially they want to liquidate the long position. I think at the time when I talk about it, I think probably the long position is around here, and I suspecting they potentially will liquidate the rest of the long position. So right now this is exactly what happened. They probably liquidate all this long position, and I'm not sure they will continue to dump. I'm not sure at this time. In terms of the short position, they already liquidate open short position as well. This is like really down here. And because of the coronavirus, like the stock market go downhill as well as for some whatever reason, the gold also go downhill as well. Initially, gold up's really pumping up because of the coronavirus. People sell off the risky asset, basically it's the stock market and probably cryptocurrency go to gold, but then it goes down as well. Maybe probably because of the long and short position of gold and silver as well. I point out in my previous video there's a lot of I think short position, so that long position. That's why they have to dump the price. And also they increase the margin requirement for gold. If you increase the margin requirement for gold, those market, you probably have to dump the price of gold because you get margin call, right? Isn't it? So that's another reason why the price of gold got dumped as well. So we'll continue monitoring at this time. And let's talk about, let's see. Oops. Let's go to. So let's talk about what do you think? How much $100 of Bitcoin could be worth when the last coin is mined? So this is pretty interesting. Everybody know that we only have 21 million Bitcoin, right? By 20, I forgot, 20, is it 41? 2140, all the Bitcoin will be finished mined. Will be no more Bitcoin you can mine. That's it and finish. And this is more deflationary cryptocurrency because you cannot increase the coin anymore. The price was set at 21 million. And don't forget, 4 million Bitcoin is already lost because they lost their computer, they lost their private key or whatnot. So basically, you only have 17 million of Bitcoin. But the problem is, with the Bitcoin ETF, they're going to rehypothecate Bitcoin. That means they can inflate Bitcoin maybe 10 times or 100 times. So that's why I don't like those ETF instruments from Wall Street. This is basically rehypothecate the coin and then commingling with other assets like U.S. Treasury, credit default swap, and other asset or stock, also a stock market as well. All the stock or whatever. So they can commingling with all this asset, and which is not good. And if you don't if you haven't heard about rehypothecation, that is a 101. You have to know how the Wall Street play the game. You can go back to my previous video. I did talk about rehypothecation. Then you know what I'm talking about. So let's talk about this quickly. So Hey Finney talk about Bitcoin to have a price of 10 million per coin back in 2009. And because this is estimate the world household wealth divided by 21 million coin, and that is interesting. And of course, you talk about the parabolic nature of the Bitcoin because of the S curve, and because with new adoption of technology, like back in the old days, telephone, TV, or video games, MP3 player, electricity. Back in the old days, Those are S curve when nobody has electricity, when nobody has a telephone, even color TV, cell phone, social media, credit card. Back in the early days, people don't use credit card until probably in the 80s they start using credit card, and of course the internet, right? And smartphone, refrigerator, microwave, digital camera, tablet, especially smartphone is like exponential growth. You can see the S curve, all this exponential growth. So of course you have a stock to flow ratio. In terms of gold, the stock to flow ratio is 62. It will take 62 years of mining to produce the current world supply. And those are from Plan B. One of the social media. He tweeted a lot in Twitter, and based on Plan B model, he talked about after the upcoming halving, the projected price for Bitcoin will be 55,000. And based on Finney estimate, because of the parabolic growth, they estimate the global Credit Suisse estimate the global household wealth to be 360 trillion in US dollar divided by 21. So you're talking about the price of Bitcoin will be 70 million per coin. But then you take into consideration 4 million Bitcoin already lost. That means you have the 70 million Bitcoin existed in the world developed. So basically you use that 360 trillion divided by 70 million, you talk about 21 million per coin. And so basically $100 of Bitcoin at today's price at around 8,000, 8,900, 8,800 would be equivalent to 0.01126 Satoshi. This same Satoshi probably have a projected value of 238,000 by the time the last Bitcoin is mined in 2140. So this is a pretty good deal, right? $100, going to 238,000. That is not bad, not too shabby. And so anyway, let me know what you think about $100 of or basically like how much one Bitcoin will be worth by 2140. I would love to hear from you. So the next stop, we're going to talk about the coronavirus. And right now in the US, they have a first case community spread in California. And that is in, I think occurred in Vacaville. So the patient was first admitted in a small community hospital probably in North Bay, Vacaville Valley Hospital. Is only a 50-bed small community hospital. And that is probably maybe February, I think 3 or 4 days earlier. So because February 19, the patient get worsened and then transferred to UC Davis Medical Center. So probably it is like maybe February 17, yeah. Maybe February 17, patient was admitted to that small community hospital. And by day 3, patient get worse and require intubation. And then they transfer the patient to UC Davis Medical Center. The interesting part is when they get to UC Davis Medical Center on February 19, they basically the doctors request for the testing for the coronavirus, but CDC refused because saying that patient did not meet the criteria because patient is a female. She did not travel overseas and she did not have any sick contact with any coronavirus patient. So she did not meet the criteria to test for the virus. And of course, the patient conditions continue to deteriorate. And on February 13, which was 3 days later, finally CDC okay with the testing. And 3 days and on February 26, which was yesterday, and the result got back is tested positive. So basically, it takes about like 7 days. 7 days ago should have tested this patient. Instead of this patient like not tested, and a lot of people probably got exposed with the patient when the patient first got it, right? And that is very dangerous, seriously. And I don't know why it takes so long for them to get the test results back. Like it takes about 3 days to get the results back. This is very long. And don't forget, like back in January 30th, like UCSF talk about that they can run the test faster. They can get the results within 2 hours, seriously. But then what happened to this thing? Are they going to roll this out and I don't know, within 2 hours they should get the results back, right? But what happened? I mean, what happened to this thing? Why it takes 3 days? So I think if they are not ready for this, don't rush out to the press saying that you can do it and yet you are not implemented. This is just give a false hope to the community, seriously, right? So if you're not implement something like that, and the ironic part is the California Department of Health is not running coronavirus tests, and as well as the Sacramento County, they're not running this test. I mean, how can they prepare for this if the county as well as California Department of Public Health are not running coronavirus tests? So everything has to be sent to CDC, and you know it takes a while for them to get the results back. I mean, is this acceptable to the people who live in California? I mean, is it acceptable? Do you think it is okay? And also, here they're talking about like back in January 30th, they said they can run the test within 2 hours, get the results. And what happened to this? If you're not ready, don't just go to the press. You can do it, and yet you are not even implement on this crap. Okay, I mean, don't rush to the media. Hey, I can do that, and yet you are not implementing it. Seriously, I mean, come on. I mean, seriously. And let me know what you think about this. I think people are rushing into all this thing, saying that they can do it, and yet they cannot deliver. They cannot deliver, basically, right? They said they can run it within 2 hours, and yet they cannot deliver. So why you go to the press and tell everybody you can do it, and yet you are not implementing? If you plan to implement certain thing in the next few weeks, fine. I mean, right now they published the article on January 30th, so right now it's already a month. So if you don't plan on roll out this test to get the results, I mean to run the test, you can do the test within 2 hours, then don't say it, okay, until you can do it. I mean, seriously. Anyway, so let's talk about the Facebook. So basically, the World Health Organization and Facebook, Amazon, Google, of course, YouTube, Google owns YouTube. They get together at the Facebook headquarters to talk about how to stop coronavirus misinformation. Seriously. So basically, they plan to meet every few months. So is it because the World Health Organization try to monitoring the social media, try to put some type of censorship to people who is tweeting stuff or who is posting video in YouTube? And I think this is so crazy. I mean, isn't it World Health Organization? The primary existence is to help to fight the epidemics or to monitor the public health, public safety, right? Right now, their job is also monitoring the internet as well. Sounds like this is a CCP, Chinese Communist Party, tactics, right? The CCP like to control the internet. They like to do that. They have a whole bunch of bots, computer bots to control the social media. They basically put out a lot of comment, give out a whole bunch of CCP propaganda. For example, they put out some propaganda about regular flu can kill more people than coronavirus, and that is not true, right? And this is just like a regular flu, just like coronavirus, just like a regular flu, and all that. So they try to downplay everything. But the thing is, the regular flu the regular flu do not have an exponential nature of growth, right? And this thing, everything blows up in less than 2 months, right? When we talk about this, like 5 weeks ago, probably 4 weeks ago. Actually, I talked to my family of friends 5 weeks ago. So we know that this is coming. If you follow my channel, you are not part of the herd. You already ahead of the game. You probably planned at least 3 to 4 weeks ago, right? You already have your surgical mask or you have N95 or whatnot. I don't know, whatever, right? And anyway, so another propaganda the Chinese government want you to see is they want you to believe that you can see a whole bunch of video. People are eating the wild animals. They want you to believe that because people are eating those wild animals, they get coronavirus. And that's not true. They want you to focus the attention on that side, on that part. But they never talk about maybe it's a potential biological weapon leaking from the Wuhan virology lab, right? So that's another thing the CCP want you to go to that route. Just focus on eating wild animals in the YouTube, in all this video and all that. So besides Amazon, Google, Facebook, of course YouTube, and they have Dropbox and Verizon, Salesforce is basically a partner with Alibaba. Salesforce want to enter the Chinese market. Of course, Salesforce own the Time magazine, right? That's why the Time magazine of the year is not the protester of Hong Kong. Even the reader folding protester of Hong Kong is the Time magazine of the year. Instead, they put the climate change activist Greta on the front page, right? Because they don't want to infuriate, offend China. And of course, Twitter, and of course, Airbnb, Kinsa, Mapbox also attended to the meeting. Apple, Lyft, and Uber were invited, but they did not attend. Basically, whenever you can put comments in those social media, so those platforms or social media, the World Health Organization is going to invite you to this meeting. And this meeting is they're going to get together again in the next few months. This is pretty dangerous, it's like people behind the scene control the media, it looks like. And basically the major topic they're talking about, this is the spokesperson of World Health Organization who attended the meeting. And so he talked about, he offered at the World Health Organization offered at the meeting to help the company fact check information they or their user posts rather than relying on third parties. So in terms of fact check, seriously, World Health Organization is not a trustworthy organization anyway, with their connections with China, and they have been downplayed everything at the very beginning of the epidemics. And right now, everything is out of control. They still don't declare as a pandemic. So they care about the economics rather than the people's lives, right? Or public health safety. And he talked about some people, there's some bad actors take advantage of this epidemic by money-making opportunity. For example, in Amazon, there's people like vitamin C popping out and all that with the largest retail, including Amazon. And there's false report about it can cure coronavirus. But the thing is, vitamin C, in a way, it has antioxidant properties and all that. It can potentially help. But I'm not going to say anything any further, because if I say that, I may provide false information. I may get banned once again. So if you want to know what kind of essential vitamins is needed for preventing coronavirus, you can go to my Patreon group. And if you're my Patreon member, you will know what vitamins. So I basically at least 2 of the essential vitamins that I never talk about in my YouTube channel. You can find this in my Patreon group. If you're interested, you can join my Patreon group and be part of the community and fight against the freedom of, fight against the restriction of the censorship of the YouTube, right? So you can, because if I post this video in YouTube, I potentially would get banned. They will say that I provide false information, whatnot, or whatever. But in this video, I did have study to say that it has effectiveness. But then you never know. Based on the algorithm, I may get banned, so I cannot post that on YouTube. I wish I can post it, so there's nothing I can do. So this is really, really all about money, all about it's very political, unfortunately. I mean, there's nothing I can do, seriously. Anyway, so and also he talked about let's see. So Twitter and YouTube and other social media are still awash with misinformation, who refers to the problem as infodemic. Okay, seriously, World Health Organization is supposed to focus on public health, public safety, fighting epidemics. They right now they even control the social media. Infodemic, seriously. their focus not only do I mean, what's their role? I mean, seriously, they also want to monitor the internet as well. I mean, I think they have gone too far, man. And I think they use the fact check as an excuse, just to give pressure to this social media company. And thank God Uber, Lyft, and Apple did not attend. This is the right thing, seriously. And Facebook, of course, has a bad reputation in terms of giving out your personal data to the third party. They don't have good reputation anyway. So, and also, he also mentioned this is a World Health Organization spokesperson saying that the purpose of that was to plant seeds of idea, and it worked well. Well, you're planning your agenda onto those meetings, right? So that's why they have a whole bunch of algorithm in YouTube, Facebook, Google. They want to ban people talking about coronavirus. They only want to present you something that they want you to see. They have their own agenda. Anyway, so this is what it is. So let me know what you think about this. Do you think World Health Organization want to censor coronavirus, and is it because they have great Chinese influence? This is the way, I feel like this is how the CCP monitor the internet. Now the World Health Organization doing the same crap. So this is scary, man. Let me know what you think about this. I mean, I would love to hear from you. And just touch on this quickly. 8,400 people quarantined in California. So it's a matter of time. There will be a community outbreak in California. If you live in California area, in San Diego, they just have a case. It's a community spread case as well. We don't know where that patient get the virus. And just like in Sacramento, they don't know where did that woman get the virus, because he did not travel overseas, as well as he did not contact with any coronavirus patients. So we don't know that potentially they are hidden carrier or spreader in the community. That is very alarming if you cannot find the source of information, sources of infection. Sources of infection. Then potentially there will be an outbreak coming up in community outbreak in California, some community. So potential lockdown too. I don't know. Maybe they will say that I will provide misinformation as well. So I can't say any further. Just to protect yourself, okay? Just plan ahead. I have been telling everybody, if you follow my channel, to plan ahead, right? I talked about that at least 2 to 3 weeks ago. So if you follow my channel, you probably already plan what you need to be done, right? In case of community lockdown or whatever. So they will say that I will create fear or whatever, and then shut down my channel too. So you never know. If you didn't see me, just go follow me in Patreon, follow me in Twitter, and follow me on library.tv. So in case I get banned again, so I don't know. So right now I'm scared. I cannot say anything, seriously. But let me know what you think about all this fiasco, seriously. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this map is pointless, right? This is highly manipulated. So I don't even want to talk about this crap anymore. There's no point. So you can follow me on Twitter, so you can get the latest update. What am I paying attention? What am I tweeting? What are my thoughts and all that? But hopefully I won't get banned in Twitter, because they may say that I spread misinformation or whatever, right? Infodemics, right? According to the World Health Organization. Okay. Okay, let me know what you think about all this. I'm really, really, I don't know. This is insane. This is all about money, and they don't care about human lives. So this is scary. And I don't think the hospital are ready for this, unfortunately. I think they're going to pay a price for that. So please comment below. What do you think about this coronavirus epidemics coming up? Potentially, probably a pandemic. Probably is a pandemic by now, but they don't announce it, right? But you know. And let me know what you think about the direction of Bitcoin. Do you think after the halving we're going to have a price pump, or going to have price dump? And let me know what you think about the price of gold and silver as well. There's so much manipulation in the market. So sometimes it's really, really crazy. Please comment below. I would love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, also share with your friends. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out the upcoming update of the coronavirus, and as well as the token staking. Some coin that token staking, you can earn additional tokens. And of course, you can join me on Patreon to learn about what are the essential vitamins for preventing coronavirus. I never talk about that in YouTube. If I talk about that in YouTube, they probably will ban my channel, you know. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this. I would love to hear from you. If so, smash the like button and comment, subscribe, and make sure you subscribe so that will help out my ranking in YouTube as well. And I will continue to provide quality video for you guys. And remember, crypto deep divers, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in cryptocurrency, commodity, stock market can has inherent risk. Please use your due diligence. I'm not your healthcare provider. And if you have any questions or concern about coronavirus, you should consult with your doctor. And any recommendations or any suggestions in here is just for entertainment and informational purposes.